We're also streaming from the SuperTalk Mississippi app and your local SuperTalk Mississippi radio station. But you can watch us too if you would like. We are on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. We've got one of our favorites back today, Mr. Adam May. He's with the Tennessee Valley Authority. If you are a teacher or you have a teacher in your life, then listen up. I enjoy when Adam comes on because he gives away free money. Well, he gives away the opportunity for teachers to get grants and other things to help out in the classroom with STEM. So welcome back, Adam.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're probably like, no, I am not the Santa Claus of free money. Don't. Don't.
Well, we're glad to help.
Yeah, but you kind of are if the requirements are met, and then sort of all the things. And I think right now with parents specifically getting into that back to school mode and teachers and seeing wish lists and recognizing that teachers and faculty have to sometimes dip into their own pockets to get extras and additives into the classroom. Sometimes the simple thing is letting them know, as something like the Tennessee Valley Authority's grants are an option, is too, I think, a really good thing. So let's talk about the STEM Awards program. I know you've been on before to share that, but we've probably got people who haven't heard that before. So give us a little background on that, Adam.
Yeah, so for several years now, TVA has partnered with Bicentennial Volunteers. And they're a group of TVA retirees who still give of their time, effort, and money after they retire. We partner with them to offer these awards, and we'll be awarding $1.5 million to schools and teachers across the 7-state region by the end of the year. And those successful educators who receive the awards will get the money in time for the next semester. But basically what it is they can apply for up to $5,000, and they just go to tva.com/STEM, and they put their name, the name of their school, and what they would do with that funding if they were to receive it on that grant application. And the only qualifications you really have to meet are you have to be K through 12, public or private school, and you have to be at a school that receives power from a local power company that's serviced by TVA. So that's a lot of Mississippi, not all of it, but about close to half probably.
Is that going to be like the northern part of the state there, Adam? Thinking like closer to Tennessee than maybe the Gulf Coast region, or I guess you would know if you know.
It's more the northern region. I know some of the bigger cities include Tupelo and Starkville and Oxford, all of those in the TVA area. But that kind of gives you some idea of where footprint is. But it's a lot of northern Mississippi and some central Mississippi as well. And if you don't know the answer to that question, you can just ask your principal or look it up on your local power company website, and you can find it there. But like I said, it's really a good opportunity for these educators to have access to programming or curriculum or equipment that maybe they otherwise wouldn't have access to provide these students with access to really the technology of the future and help them get inspired and find what they might be passionate about.
Adam, I know this is a couple years now that y'all have done these STEM program or STEM awards. What encouraged or inspired Tennessee Valley to get into this realm? I mean, because obviously you've got kindergartners, elementary, middle schoolers. They're not thinking about necessarily their job in the future, coming right out of there thinking that you're going to get the benefit of having good employees. But so what encouraged y'all to reach back out into the K through 12 program?
Yeah. So first of all, TVA is public power. We're not beholden to shareholders or trying to make a profit. We were created 92 years ago by the TVA Act in Congress to make this area a better place to live. And part of that is investing in our young people to help them get skills that allow them to have high-paying jobs when they grow up. And this is just one of those ways we can do that. We also, of course, have the robotics program we talked about recently as well. We know that there is a shortage of STEM workers across the country, and the Tennessee Valley region is no different. And helping these kids get inspired and then just have access to some of these things. I'll give you a couple of examples from Mississippi last year. At Delta Davidson Elementary School in Oxford, they purchased robotics. They're called Ozobots, and they're Evo and Bit, and they use sensors to follow lines and read color codes that are created by the elementary school students with markers or stickers. And then West Point High School, they received and they started the program called Can You Hear Me, Can You See Me, and allowed them to purchase a 16-channel wireless body microphone system, portable dimmers, dimming packages, and cables. And then at Prentice County Career and Technology Center in Booneville, they integrated a rocket drone unit into a computer science and engineering curriculum. And so you see all kinds of different things. In different parts of the region that's agriculture heavy, you'll see them using agri-science. But these are things that maybe not all the students would have access to without some help. And like you said at the beginning, these teachers already invest their own money into their students, and this is a way to help them provide something without having to do that.
Do you ever sit there and get the applications, Adam? I'm sure a team or a committee gets together to see who gets some of the money or the grants and just think, how'd they come up with that? That sounds so cool. Like everything you just read off to me is like so creative, and the way that our teachers go above and beyond to kind of come up with cool ways to continue to educate our kids in new formats and new ways is just mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, and teachers are really innovative and creative with how they use these funds. I'll give you another example. I went to a high school recently where they used the money to help buy a 3D printer, and someone in that community, they had a piece of hardware break off a cabinet, but it was really old hardware, and they couldn't find an exact replica. So they were able to take that to those students, and they were use a 3D printer to create an exact replica to help that person, fix their cabinet. And that's the kind of thing where those students feel enriched by helping someone doing real world work while also learning. And you can't replicate that without doing that hands-on experience. And those students were really excited about that. And those are skills they can use in any number of ways when they graduate, whether they decide to go to college or go out into the workforce. They have skills that can't be taken away from them.
I know your elementary teachers, Adam, kind of teach all subjects, but once you get into like middle school, high school kind of area, you usually have, teachers teaching individual subjects. Can any teacher in any subject like English, science, math, history, as long as they fill out the grant appropriately and show how they're going to use it in their classroom, or is there a specific teacher that or subject matter that fits better with the grant process?
Yeah, it has to be STEM related, but it can be any teacher. There is a preference given to grant applications that explore TVA's primary areas of focus, and those are environment, energy, economic development, and community problem solving. But those are four very broad areas. And if you have some type of STEM project that will benefit your students, it probably fits into one of those already. Any teacher can apply. Sometimes what we'll see is like I saw one district who they shared a set of robots with all of their fourth grade classes across the district, but there was one fourth grade teacher who thought her students wanted to learn, be able to have access to them more often, and so she applied for a grant to buy her class their own set, and she was successful. So that class now will have an opportunity to be hands-on with those devices as often as they have an opportunity to.
All right, Adam. So for all of our teachers in North Mississippi, or if you know that you're a Tennessee Valley Authority Power recipient, then when's the deadline? When do they go? How long do they have to sign up for the grant?
Yeah, they can apply until September the 15th at tva.com/STEM, STEM. And, of course, I should have said earlier, that stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. So tva.com/STEM, all the information and the application, all there.
And what I liked you just said, too, teachers can, group together. So maybe they can go, multiple teachers can go in together for a grant that can support a couple classes if they don't want to do it all by themselves. Did I hear you say that?
They can.
Okay. Yeah, this is good stuff.
Sometimes you see a whole school district apply for a grant, an administrator will apply for the grant, and they will use it for, in all of their high schools. So there's a number of ways you can apply for it, but no wrong way as long as you have STEM focus and you meet all those qualifications we talked about.
All right. Well, Mississippi, get up, go get your money, because I want to hear about all the good things that are happening in STEM in our way, and I know you'll let us know that, Adam, and keep us updated with that. So I appreciate your time today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
All righty, you guys stick with us. We got more for you coming up next.